Who is in control? Will or won't governments regulate tech giants? Nowadays, governments are dealing with tech giants. They're GAFA, standing for Google, Apple, Facebook and Amazon. They are so-called digital intermediaries because of their digital existence. They're information intermediaries because they provide information, and communication intermediaries because you think of WhatsApp, Facebook Chat and Google as chat platforms. They are also internet gatekeepers who control all these functions and provide the access. Why are they giants? Here are some gigantic numbers. Google has around 3 billion searches a day, and in 2015, Apple sold 550 iPhones per minute. Facebook had 1.49 billion active users, and WhatsApp 900 million active users. And 244 million people bought something from Amazon. The tech giants take up a lot of space with their immense collection of data, tracking everything from your email, search history and phone records, and having access to your data from anywhere in the world. Giants are big enough to make their own decisions, even when governments are trying to regulate them. The giant will do whatever it likes. So, does Apple decide what's important for society and not the government? In February 2016, the FBI took Apple to court. They wanted them to make a software to unlock an iPhone belonging to one of the shooters involved in the San Bernardo attack. Apple withdrew because they considered this software to be a threat to their customers' privacy and a tool to government surveillance, calling it a backdoor to the iPhone. The FBI acknowledged the tensions and saw that the American people should be the ones to decide how to govern themselves. The case was withdrawn when the FBI managed to unlock a phone without Apple's help. And in June 2016, Apple introduced a set of new software features, which are described as the latest move towards more widespread encryption in customer technology products. Experts say it's likely that these features were prioritized after the encryption debate took place. As long as tech giants own these big piles of data, they will keep their foot down on privacy issues and use encryption. As we've just seen in the example of the US, governments are trying to get a grip on the tech giants for the sake of surveillance and public security. It is assumed that Russia and China will follow the US, and even European governments are looking into using data for citizen surveillance. So far, the data protection in Europe has been better than in the United States. However, the terrorist attacks in Europe have increased the push for governments to get a greater access to people's digital lives and personal data. A series of proposals have been made, all of them focused on giving intelligence services greater power. If these proposals get approved, it will give them the right to compel tech giants to hand over encrypted information. Apart from trying to protect these citizens, the government might also try backdoor information that could be misused by law enforcement officials, hackers and terrorist organizations. This balance between national security and privacy has put major countries in the region on the opposite side of the debate, with Germany and the Netherlands dismissing encryption laws, which are being considered by Britain and France. If laws are considered to reduce the size and power of the giants, why aren't the laws there yet? Why are they just being considered? For a long time, governments have had close ties with these giants. In 2013, Edward Snowden showed the great amount of data that was shared between the governments and tech giants. This included information on phone records of citizens, regardless of whether they were suspects in a crime. He made Facebook reveal that in the last 12 months of 2012, the US government requested data 8,000 times for more than 18,000 Facebook users. On a global scale, governments are largely dependent on the big data for surveillance, and the big data is in possession of the tech giants, meaning governments need the tech giants to access this data. This might be the reason why governments are hesitant in imposing laws on tech giants, but at the same time, it also imposes the question of who is in control of who. Are governments controlling the tech giants, or are tech giants controlling the government? And do you think that governments might have double standards when it comes to regulating tech giants? Who is in control? Will or won't governments regulate tech giants? Nowadays, governments are dealing with tech giants. They're GAFA.